class, are you guys ready to begin reading today? Okay, so from earlier today, during calendar time, we know what month is it?
October.
It's October, and what holiday happens in October?
Halloween.
Halloween. Whose favorite holiday is that? It's not my favorite, but I do love Halloween, okay? So, in Halloween, there's lots of monsters and spooky things, and today we're going to talk about some monsters, okay? So, we've also been talking about poems, and we've been reading some poems in class. So, we're going to read a poem today about monsters. And then we've also been working on recalling or telling the important parts of the story. Well, we can do that with poems as well. So not only can we recall the facts or the important parts of stories, we can recall the important parts of poems as well. Okay, so today I'm going to read you a poem. This is what we're going to do. It's about monsters. I'm going to read it through once while you guys follow along, and then we'll talk about it a little bit, and then we will stop and I'll read it part by part, and we're going to underline the important parts, okay? And then at the very end, we're going to put it all together with an activity. All right. So this is called Monsters, and it's anonymous. That means that either the author, they don't know who the author is, or the author didn't want their name to be put on the poem. Okay? I thought I saw a monster underneath my bed. His tongue was yellow, and his eyes were red. I thought I saw a monster underneath my chair. His face was purple, and he had pink hair. I thought I saw a monster in my room last night. His legs were orange, and his feet were white. I thought I saw a monster, and that he saw me. But don't tell my mother, she'll be scared, you see. Okay, so who can tell me what this poem is about?
A monster.
A monster, okay. And what are they doing in this poem?
They're talking about the monster.
They're talking about the monster, okay? So they're describing the monster. That might be a new word for some of you. Describing means basically to just explain. So, just to tell about it. So if you guys were to describe me, you would say, my teacher has brown hair, is short, wearing black pants, okay? Things like that. So, we're going to go through this and read line by line, and I want you guys to tell me how they are describing the monster, because that's going to be the important parts of this poem, the descriptions, okay? So, here's the first part. I thought I saw a monster underneath my bed. His tongue was yellow and his eyes were red. So think about it for a second, and then you're going to share with the shoulder partner. And then if you think you know what the important parts, the descriptive parts are, raise your hand, okay? Give you a few seconds. All right, what do you have?
His tongue was yellow and his eyes were red.
Okay, good. So his tongue was yellow. I'm going to underline this in yellow. And that's describing the monster, and then his eyes were red. I'm going to underline eyes were red. Okay, very good. So I thought I saw a monster underneath my chair. His face was purple, and he had pink hair. So what is the descriptive words in this?
The face was purple and pink hair.
Okay, so we're going to underline face was purple, because that's describing our monster. And then pink hair. All right, so the next one. I thought I saw a monster in my room last night. His legs were orange and his feet were white. So what are the descriptions? What's the important part of that?
His legs are orange and his feet were white.
Okay, so we're going to underline legs were orange. And then I don't have a white marker, so I'm going to use black. Feet were white. Okay, now would I underline in my room?
No.
And why wouldn't I underline that?
Because it doesn't describe anything.
Very good, because it's not describing the monster. It's just the place. Okay? So the last part. I thought I saw a monster and that he saw me, but don't tell my mother. She'll be scared, you see. Now, do we think any of those are descriptive?
No.
No? Okay, well this one's kind of tricky because there aren't really any descriptive that it's describing the monster, but because it's talking about mother, we know that the monster lives with his mother, so we're going to underline mother, just because that's kind of an important part. It's not an adult monster, it's a kid monster, okay? All right, so now that we have underlined all the important parts, we're going to put that together. So you guys are going to have to work really hard on your recalling skills, okay? So I have monsters that I drew. and we are going to use the poem to create the monster that they're describing, okay? So, when the poem says his tongue was yellow, you're going to take the yellow marker and what are you going to color? Yellow?
His tongue.
His tongue, okay? Very good. And when it says his eyes are red, what are you going to color red?
His eyes.
His eyes, okay? So you're going to have to think about the poem, and you can use this as a reference because I did do the colors. You can use that as a reference, but you're going to have to think about the poem, recall the important facts of it, and then use it to color this. Now, I want to hang these up in the hall. I think I'm going to hang these up for Halloween. But in order to do that, I need to see kindergarten coloring. I don't want to see preschool coloring where it's all outside the lines. I want to see beautiful, inside the lines, best work, okay? After you're done coloring the monster, you put your name at the top. You can color in this word down here as monster. You can color in that however you would like. Also, when it says his feet were white, because it's on white paper, his feet are already white. So you don't have to color in his feet unless you have a white crayon and just want to, okay? So, do I have any questions? Are there any questions about the activity? Okay, if you have trouble recalling and remembering what color you need to color something, just raise your hand and I'll help you. Okay, let's get started.